Probably turn all this stuff off, shouldn't I?
Hey guys, Evan Sellers here, back with the 4th episode of Tuesday Tech Talk. Get your bits together. So this is kind of a cool application. I was just browsing through the Google Play Store, actually looking for applications made by Google, and I found this one. It's called the Google Science Journal, and I actually haven't opened it up yet, so opening it, we'll be opening this app together, seeing what's going on, and I've seen a couple features that are enabled inside of the application, but actually not much at all. So we're going to experience it together. Let's jump right in. So this is actually one of the first glimpses that I get to see of this app. It's actually really cool. So there's a first tab and it says welcome to Science Journal. So let's just go and pop in here and see what we got. Okay, so it looks like there's a little image, and I assume then you can add images to the system. And then it says try notes and record data using the toolbar below. So move that a little bit. And we're just gonna try their test notebook real fast. Allow, so let's allow that. This is interesting. Now this is, looks like a lumen like data tool, I guess. So this is measuring lumens, and I'm gonna go back there and turn some of the lights off. And it looks like we're stabling at, well, we can just see when I put my hand up, it changes. I'm gonna go back there and turn off the studio lights, and we'll see if it changes the data values. So just real quick, right now the camera is actually frozen because it's using the camera, and it looks like we've gone back to stabilize with the lumens. Okay, now one complete light is off. Now I'm gonna turn just one of the lights in the top light off. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm actually gonna go back here and turn both the lights, all the lights back on there. And then we actually got a recording of that light. So we got a 38-second recording of the lumen lights. Now lux is a little bit different than lumens, but that's not something we really need to discuss right now. So this is actually really interesting. We can look at the data points. That is a weird sound. Oh, so it's giving the frequency. And we can see the maximum that it reached, the average, and the minimum it reached. So the maximum is probably around now. The minimum was when we turned them all off. And then the average is, well, I mean, it's actually very accurate, because very close to accurate. It should be around 25, so it looks like it's only 2 off with calculating that average, or, well, 1.5 off. So that's a really cool feature. Now, let's see what other features we got here. So that's for testing ambient light. So it looks like we can't test this sensor because we're recording audio right now. This is an accelerometer. So right now it says we're moving 0.2 meters per second, but we're actually not moving at all. So I'm picking the device up, and now we actually got some movement. And actually, this is a really cool application. So I'm gonna stand up and walk around here, maybe jump around. Okay, so that's really cool. This is really cool. You can see our accelerometer in the phone, how it's working. So let's start a recording there, and then, so this is still, right? And then we're gonna jump up and down, woo, and spin around. We'll see if we can get some G's moving there. Okay, so you can actually, that is a really cool application. I am loving this program so far. So we're gonna stop that recording, and then we're gonna go take a look at this card here. Okay, so now we have 2 cards. One is the ambient light, and then one is the linear. Okay, so it's making sounds again, really weird. But we can move through that, and we were seeing a minimum of 0.2 movement, which when it was on the tripod sitting perfectly still here, it was having 0.2 movement. So I'm gonna assume that's about the tolerance rating of the device. And then the average is 2.5, and the maximum was 10 meters per second. I have no idea what this is measured in. Let's go take a look here. Yeah, meters per second. So the fastest we were moving was 10 meters per second. That is pretty impressive. I actually like this program a lot. Okay, so it looks like we can then look at the x-axis. So this is meters per second, so we're not moving. It looks like the x-axis is pretty stable. If I pound the table a little bit, we'll see movement. Okay, so up and down should not be affected. Very much. Okay, nope, not being affected right now. Right and left are being affected, and then front and back are not being affected that much. So that's really cool. Or we could just measure the X. So it looks like it says it's 9 meters. I don't know if that means from the ground. No, because it's per second. Okay, look at that. Up and down. And then this should be... Wait, is this up and down? No, this is forward and backward. Okay. What is this? Barometer. Is this pressure? Okay, I have no idea what this is. What's going on? Atmospheric pressure. Okay. So that is interesting. I don't know if there's a pressure gauge, but somehow it is measuring that. That is very impressive, actually. We also have the degrees. So if we rotate this device, that is very cool. That's very cool. And it looks like we have one more setting. Does it actually have a magnetic system in it? Okay, I want to put together a video where we actually test all of these features, because this is just a basic video showing some of the features of it, and that is really cool. So I have to say, the Google Science Journal is really cool. There are a lot of cool features in it. Some of them are, actually all of them, are light, which is measured in lux, sound in decimals, pitch in hertz, a accelerometer, and then you can measure the X, Y, and Z axis, a barometer, a compass in degrees, and a magnetometer, whatever that is, I have no idea. But some of the things we were really surprised about, I mean, pitch and sound and light we were expecting because it has a camera, it has a microphone, and then the accelerometer because that's a basic thing in most smartphones today, but a barometer, like the height of it based on pressure, basically a pressure sensor, I believe, based on my reading, and then a magnetometer, which is like how much magnet resistance there is in the air. Those were some things I was not expecting and very impressed by. Very impressed by. Obviously, the compass uses like angles and stuff, but it's a basic thing. Really cool. I think we're gonna be using this for some of the Infinity projects. It's gonna be awesome, legitimately awesome. So thanks for watching. I'll have a link to the app in the description so you guys can go download that and check it out. And maybe we'll do an even more in-depth video of this application because there's a lot I would like to use on some of our equipment, see how it works. And maybe we can get a hold of the equipment that actually does this stuff and see how it compares. I mean, I have no idea if they make lux sensors. They have to make lux sensors. Anyway, see you guys in the next Tuesday Tech Talk. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye-bye.